Saturday event, and it'll be the last day. So this will probably be the last live of this particular convention. So here's the trade floor, and so the way this works with the M-WTCA National Convention is Thursday there's a tailgate sale outside. There are talks and other displays and things that happen all throughout, but the big events are the tailgate and the trade floor. So the trade floor happens Friday and Saturday, but Saturday it kind of wraps up early morning. Most people are packing up, so it's a good time to get some deals because people are thinking, yeah, I don't know if I want to carry this back out to my car. So we are going to be walking through here and taking a look at what is in here. Now, one of the interesting things about the conference is it costs a decent amount of money to come to a conference, even this one, which is actually a really affordable conference. But you can actually get into this one on a Saturday only ticket. And if you're not a member, you can actually come and join and become a member the day of. And if you join and become a member the day of, your entrance for Saturday only is free. So it's a really cool opportunity that you can become a member and get in for free and have access to all of this. The downside is you're picking through what's left. So today we're going to see what's left after the whole weekend of having fun. Now next year I'm going to be the host for the fall event, and so I'm trying to turn Saturday into a user-focused day, and we're probably going to be having some interesting sales and maybe some classes and things like that that we offer as well. So let's do a walk around here and take a look at the Saturday only event. Turn. Here we go. So, if anyone's in the chat, say hi. Only 2.5 hours north of me. If you head to work, oh, sad. Yeah, they don't. So next spring is actually in Madison, Wisconsin, or just outside Madison, Wisconsin. The next fall one I'm hosting is in it's in Springfield, Missouri. So that one should be kind of fun. These checkering tools, I didn't see them. They're not checkering tools. They're just interesting rasps.
They're all brand new.
That's interesting. I didn't see those earlier. Yeah, I mean, I've walked through here a dozen times, and I keep picking up things that I didn't see before. you never know what's coming up. I bought a bunch of books this morning. I've got one that has a series of projects from like the 1910. I thought it would be interesting to play. Oh, and I saw this morning. I wanted to get this one, but it costs more and it's worse than I have. But this is a really cool pinch rod with brass sides. That is just really, really cool. But it has the full sliding rule on here, so you can do your math equations as well as measurements in there. Really beautiful pinch rod, and I kind of want that one, but I doesn't have the monies for it. I spent too much already. Now here are saw sets, $10 a piece. Some interesting ones in there. Here's 45 cutters for $5 each, or plane irons, $5 each. Spoke shaves and planes of all kinds. If there's something you want to see or something I missed, go ahead and let me know. Oh, someone found a horn. Yeah. There's a lot of catalogs. Those are great for looking up, how much did things actually cost, what were they used, what was the name of them. Some hollow augers or tenoners. These are mostly saw working tools, saw sets and things of that nature. Some of these are really hard to find. Oh, these fun things, these are spiders. There's another one over here, and this is designed for measuring how much set is on a large crosscut saw. So you can set 3 of these on the plate, and then this one would be left out of coplanar just a little bit, so you can see how far does the tooth actually stick out from the plate. A bunch of really interesting saw sets and designs on here. The displays let me show you some of these displays. This one is really, really cool. Look at the carving on this. So there's actually a military man there. And I believe it's in German, but the carving on this is really cool. So you can see the soldiers all the way along the other side of this. Oh look, and there's a weird looking guy. Yeah, these are Bailey planes, so what's the word I'm looking for? Leonard Bailey, the designer of the Bailey pattern. All the way down to even the, oops, sorry, thank you. Everyone wants to see it. There you go. Number one.
The one on this end or this end?
Let's come on over here. Whoop. Spin, spin. So we've got saws, more sets, a lot of spoke shapes here today. What is this? Oh, an ACE plane. I should have known with the green. Maybe I should just read that. Oh, I didn't even see this earlier. I gotta come back there and see if they have a set of 48 cutters. 45, 84. Yeah, I need to come back through here and see if they've got some in here. I didn't see this earlier. I need to do that. I've walked through here I don't know how many times, and I never actually looked in that. Another ECE plane. Let's see. Here's some rabbit planes, 45s. Someone made some nice boxes for them. Folding rules. Chisels of all kinds, gouges. You keep me company as I lay out my Roman workbench. Yeah, sounds like fun. EC proved, yes. There are a lot of actually plow plane irons. And one of the nice things about the old plow plane irons is they're relatively interchangeable. Some Lee Nielsen's. I want to start inviting some of the modern tool makers to these. And some people still haven't woken up. We had a bit of a ruckus night last night, so some of the tables aren't open yet. Let's come on around over here. So we got Bedrock 5. I had a friend that was looking for a 5.5 yesterday, and I found one, and it was exactly what he was looking for, and I was about to buy it, and I flipped it over and saw, oh wait, it's corrugated. And he didn't want the corrugated. But, choice, 2 for $3. Here's some nice, let's see, what are they asking on this? Number 6, asking $45, $45. Number 7, $65. $60 in that one. Those are really nice shape. Those just sharpen them up and get them going. And number 5, $45. Number 3, $75. Block planes. Red parties at the raid parties at the woodworking convention. Yeah, the hospitality room has free alcohol, so it's fun. Let's see what we got. Sorry. Play and dance with people. It's a little quieter in here, so quite a few of the buyers even haven't shown up yet. Some beautiful tools up here. Oops, sorry. Spoke shaves. Some nice wooden spoke shaves. And like this one is actually a spoke shave scraper. Those are kind of fun. You get some nice clean surfaces. Tap and die. Chisels. Oh, look at this. 1/8" mortising chisel. When you want 1/8" mortises, $35. 1-inch gouge. So these are all, what, 30, 25, 20. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. That's a nice gouge. What's she asking? 45, expected. This is a swan neck mortising chisel, so it's not intended for actually cutting the mortise itself, but it goes in at the bottom and will shave out the bottom and give you a clean cut because it will leverage against the inside of the hole. So you use those when you're making big mortises. What's that big hammer by the spoke shave? This looks like a shipwright's mallet. No, yeah, it's a caulking mallet, but the the head is really short in comparison. Most of the time they're about 8 to 10 inches on the head, but this one's been used, and these collars slowly come back over time. So normally the head is out around here, But as they get split, this collar slides back. Although this one almost looks like it was made that size. There's another one farther up. I'll show you when we come to that. But they use that for ships caulking the joints. Some glue pots, saw sharpeners, vise. This one's kind of cool with this rail on it that you can then put the file on so you get your precise cutting on there. Some back saws. Back saws are one of those things that usually I'm going to say go buy a new one because the price on them is about that. But in some of these, $80 for this beautiful tenon saw. $40. That's nice for a good brass back saw. Okay, you can't beat that. Even $85 for that nice dovetail saw. That'll put the new ones for a run for their money. Here's some hollow augers, tenoners, or spoke pointer, cone cutter. Beautiful wooden brace. I love that thing. Big sewing needles. Big sewing needles. Oh, this is a fun adze. I like this one. It's just a interesting shape. Beautiful tool. I love coming here because I get to learn all sorts of interesting. Ooh, oh, yeah, that's a nice brace. I like that one. That's got a nice beauty to it. This is from the Pacific Northwest Tool Collectors, Washington, Oregon. They do favors at their Best in the West show, and I've got a couple of those. I love going to the Best in the West. Try and make that one. They only hold it every 2 years, so I'm looking forward to going out to that one again. Actually, next fall, about a year from now, is when it comes out. Love those ornate braces, yes. Here's a cool adze. Look at this one. This one, I don't know if you can see it in camera, but it's got all of this punch work in there. All of the shaping. Really beautiful head. That one I love. Someone put a lot of love into that thing when they made it. Rules. Axe labels. Those are some big Dremel points. Dremel points are basically a large compass. Early bedrock. Compass, a chamfer plane. Sorry, need to sneeze. Number twos. I bought a number 2 on Thursday. And yeah, so I bought a bunch of books from here this morning. Got some interesting ones coming up on that. Here's some beautiful infills. Look at all these beautiful infill shoulder planes. Oh yes, marking tools, drafting tools. So if compasses, multi-tool handle. Look at that little gent saw. Some drafting rules. Some pieces. What is that? It's like a letter opener and sealer? I don't know. Punch boxes. Here's a protractor. Jeweler's lathes. Interesting pieces of redwood. Rosewood, English rosewood. More English rosewood. Gabon ebony, $35. That's nice. A lot of drafting tools. Stanley spoke shaves. Is your last name Wright? Yes, it is. Thus the channel Wood by Wright. I would say that I'm the Wood Wright, but that goes to a different person now. Here's a cool one. This is a quirk router, which I just did a video on, but it's an all brass one. And I'm wondering if this is actually a user made. It doesn't say anything on here. Oh, there's another tag. What does that say? Preston. Didn't think Preston made a brass one, but it's a really interesting brass quirk router. Just did a video on those this week. Ah, good name to have. Wright has a great heritage to it. Here's some corn husking pegs, since we're in Iowa. Trying to think of a theme since I'm hosting the fall tool meet in Springfield, Missouri. Trying to find a theme for it. So if anyone has any ideas on what I should theme it, I think it's something along the lines of user or cheap or affordable or I don't know. That's a really nice folding bevel. That's cool. That's really cool. It should be at that price. But yeah, that's cool. I've never seen one of those before. Excuse me.
Oh, let me take a picture.
So we have a miter box. There we are. I've been looking for a cork router since your video. There were a couple yesterday. I haven't seen any inside. Yeah, that is a handle from a two-man saw. Some measuring, some Veritas tools. What do we have in here? Oh, Arkansas stone, soft Arkansas. Black, hard Arkansas.
Maybe they have enough. I'm going to take it. They want me to
Sharpening knives, block planes, a fan. Oh, with a governor on there, that's kind of interesting. There's some 45s hidden back in there. Here's some 7s of different types. What are they asking on those? 70. Oh, 120 on the Marsh, yeah. Marsh is a little more collectible. These Miller Falls are a little bit... 110, that's a little bit much for Miller's Falls, but 75, that's about normal. Big EC, look at that honking thing. Honk, honk, honk. I cracked myself up. Holy cow, there's a slick. Yeah, 225, that's a bit high. Some of these tables things are priced a bit high, and sometimes they're not. This one's a bit high. This is a scratch stock, the Stanley scratch stock, and I've been wanting to get one of these. I've done a couple videos making scratch stocks. So you asking that one? 135, yeah. I'd normally pay like $70 for one of those. But different people have different collections, different prices. Hand saws. Oh, this is beautiful. This beam drill. So this one is an all metal beam drill. This is, well, not all metal. It's got wooden down here. This is an egg crate folder. So it makes the egg cartons. Oh yeah, everybody likes their tape measures. These ones are all branded advertising tape measures. Excuse me. A lot of people love collecting these. And of course, plumb bobs. Oh, but people want candy.
Okay.
Candy. Oh, this is an interesting one. We were looking at this yesterday. Did you find any information on it?
No one. And I'm tempted to
So-
put it into the what's it?
What's
this
it?
afternoon.
So it's a tape. So the roll comes out and locks in place, and then you push ahead, and it spools back in. But it's just this interesting mechanical shape. It's like it's got to be mounted to something. I don't know. Kind of interesting.
If anybody knows, let us know.
Yeah, if anyone has an idea. Let's come on around over here. And here's a
magnifying
nail puller. I like that design's a little bit different and kind of a improved nail puller. Rules and levelers. Let's see. Yeah, check out that corkscrew. That one's kind of cool. Oh yeah, here's an old stapler. Takes me back to my roofing days. That one's cool. That's beefy. Slap stapler. Didn't know they made them that old. Here's a slick that has been used and used and used. Tape measures should be used. A challenge coins for woodworkers. Yes, challenge coin tape measures. Someone packed up already. Let's see what we got over here. Here's a little bit for you guys. What is that? District Ice Plant. Metropolitan Utilities, District Ice Plant. Oh, so it's ice tongs. That's cool.
Omaha.
Nice. Omaha. There's a good little meet in Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, we've cone cut and hollow augers, tendoners, irons. You're looking for that specific one. Making sure I'm not missing anyone's comments. What's that? Oh, the lineman's belt. No, what? Wow, that's a nice multi-tool. What is that? Is it made for plumbing?
Windmill.
Windmill. Oh, yeah, on the farm.
And that's a windmill belt.
A windmill belt. Huh.
I don't think you'll ever find another one.
No, that's cool. Thank you. That's one of the reasons, probably the biggest reason I come to these anymore is just learning things. You find these weird items that you just never come across anywhere else. And you're looking at a table and you're saying, what is that thing? And there's someone there who can answer for you. It's kind of it's just great to learn. Always be asking questions and what's going on and what is that? Veritas router 211. There was a table of routers yesterday that were $60 a piece, and they sold off. There are a lot of routers here this year. Oh yeah, here you go. Here's another number one for you. Spoke shaves. It's another one of those. Ooh. Oh no, that's pretty. Keep wanting to buy that block plane down there. That would be a fun one to put through and get up and
Sell it a
running.
little bit cheaper.
But he won't sell it.
Well, you don't have the
So here we've got,
Don't know what it's gonna bring.
what is this, Independence?
fun to sell something.
Oh, Lee Nielsen.
Yeah.
Dig and dive boxes. So, some really beautiful scissors there. Shiny, yes. Folding draw knives. Everybody loves the folding draw knives, yep. And clamps. And every table, there's stuff underneath it. So always look down. Or if you're looking for something specific, find a table that has something similar and then ask, hey, have you seen one of these? Had someone bought one of these? This is actually a bung cutter. So it cuts the bung hole in the barrel. You drill out the barrel or the hole, and then it cuts the taper for the cork that needs to go in. So, huh. Here's some dig and dive boxes. Let's come on over here. Oh, look at this level. This is a very accurate level. you would think for a train, but usually with a train there's a marker on one end so you can see how much it is off of elevation. Yeah, when I'm at the national events, I do a live each day, and then for the auction, there's a bunch of good user tools. Nice collection. There's even what's one of the oh come on, Brain fart. Scrub plane. There it is. Name stuck. $25, $30, $25. Some woodens down there. Yeah, you're looking for a good user. Here you go. Even a bedrock in there. Let's see what we got. Here's a little bit, but you're going to need to brace yourself for this one. It's, yeah, a bit boring. Sorry, I had to do that. It's in my contract. This is a grand, yeah, the granddaddy of all levels. Check out these mallets. So we got Roy Underhill.
Maybe he can go to sleep faster than I can.
He does all sorts of really cool mallet heads. One of these days I'll jump in. Ads, yeah, you ever wanted to pull 2 nails at once? There you go. This is a tenon axe. Or, yeah, it's oh, he sold the jack. There was a wagon jack here. Let's see what we got over here. Hammers. There's some bedrocks in here. Let's see, chisels, files, wrenches, 45, little level, a couple 45s. What's he asking on them? $25. $25 for the 45. Big wrenches. Look at that lug wrench. Box of wrenches, $1 each, $3 each, $5 each. Clevis wrenches. There are a lot of people who collect wrenches. Oh, there's some blacksmithing tools. Hatchets and axes. And look at that draw knife. That sucker's huge. Broad axes. A thumping whacker when you really need to split that log. There's some Cooper's planes. Wow, that one's seen a lot of work. It's worn in the brass on here. So the brass is a big divot. It's been used so much. Yeah, that's beautiful. Here's a glass hatchet for when you need a lot of force behind what you're doing. There's a couple number 2s up here. These are cool. They're spoon cutting T-augers, but they have these blade covers. So they basically just drilled the hole into a block and then shaped the shape around it, so there's a protective cover to keep your blade sharp. That one's not too bad. Anybody want fresh golf balls? Farm-fed golf balls. 45 with a set of cutters. The prices here this week, I'm thinking, yeah, 145. Parallels.
Can you take a break for a second, James?
I'm live walking through right now.
Okay. Tell me again the part that you need for the 72nd.
Oh, the screw that goes through the rotating thing on the front.
Okay. I'll see if I got it. I maybe do.
Cool, thank you.
You bet.
Yeah, for those of you I'm looking for, I got a 77 dowel cutter, and I've been collecting all the pieces for it. And I bought each piece for it individually, and I'm missing one screw. And I thought, great, I'm going to go buy a bolt for it. But it's a weird thread. So I finally found a bolt with a weird thread. It's like a 9/16 20. And then come to find out it's left hand, and it won't work. Apparently, I've been told that is the same thread used on bike pedals, but I haven't got one of those to try it out yet. So if anyone has questions or things they want to see, go ahead and throw in the chat. I'm always trying to read through that. More braces, block planes, chisels. Here's a whole bunch of molding planes back in there. Lots of auger bits. Let's see, what are you asking? 75. What is this one? It's buried. 45 for that set. 60, 20, 60, 60. Some really good user planes in here. And they are crank handles for vices. I'm guessing that this is a deadeye used in a barn or something like that, but the holes go straight through, so I don't know if it'd be like a pipe connection or I don't know. It's kind of interesting. A big rolling pin. Oh, my allergies are going bonkers again. Here's a mallet when you really want to love what you're hitting. Now it's actually for put it on there and you can tap it in and that's what I'm looking for. Deboss. This is a saw set. Another compass plane back in there. Oh, there we go. Clean it out. Swivel axe. So you can flip the head around and make it left hand or right hand. There's a 55 with 45 blades. What's he asking on that? $175. So 55, pile of blades and other pieces. That's not a bad price for a 55. It's in pretty decent shape. Spoke shapes, more spoke shapes, even more spoke shapes, a couple big spoke shapes. Evening, Warren. How's it going? It's almost bedtime. What you doing awake? Something about being on the other side of the pond. The big pond, not the little pond, the big pond. Folding draw knife. Still haven't bought one of those. Big coffin plane. We got a plow plane. What is that? Dual iron. But single cutter or double cutter. That's kind of interesting. Oh, it's a dado. Oh, that is really cool. That is really cool. So basically what you have is an adjustable dado plane. So you have a spur on either side to cross-cut the grain, and then this blade can move out so you can get a cut that is in between the thickness of the large cutter out to the thickness of the large cutter plus the small cutter. So you can expand. That is a really cool, I like that. That is fascinating. I have to see if I can make something like that. That's kind of cool. I haven't seen that before. Here's a number 3. The Sergeant Hercules. Stanley 4.5. Number 5, Craftsman punches, wrenches. Here, let me come on down over here. So, yeah, here we've got a bunch of transitionals. Check out this. This is the Stanley panel saw. It is their 150-year anniversary saw. Came with this leather sheath for it. And you think they'd make a great one, but no, it's actually a pretty cheap, junky saw. Kind of what happened at 150 years with it. Crowder plane. Oh, that one's got all the irons on it. Some perfect handle screwdrivers. There's some beautiful, look at those cleaned up 6s and 8 levels. Egg beater drills. We get an extra hours of sleep tonight. Oh, you have daylight savings time. We have daylight savings times coming up. I don't remember when it is. Wish they'd finish that. Illinois, our state, keeps getting close to it, but just won't pass. They never take up the vote on it. If they take up the vote on it, it would pass instantly, but just keeps getting pushed down the line, and no one wants to put the time in for it. Get it done. Oh, look at this turning saw up here. That was pretty. Someone had fun making the mallet.
I found that paper underneath the Suker. Ah, man.
The Stanley Collecting Bible. Having fun this morning?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what we've got over here. Yeah, we had an amazing auction last night. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so there's a couple cool stories here. These are what you make pipes with. So you take a log and you drill a hole through it, and you'd run one of these down. So this would make a 6-inch diameter wooden pipe.
And then they made 15 million of them. Model Ts. Good morning.
Good morning from West Virginia. Good to see you. That burl mallet, beautiful.
Those are the underground water pump block.
So yeah, I didn't see the price. Now I have to go back and take a look at it. But yeah, so he had a whole collection of these out Thursday. But this one's really cool. Okay, these. So I had an explanation on these yesterday. So they're set up to be a plane that actually makes staves. So imagine pulling a shaving out that's a 1/4 inch thick. That's what these basically do. And so on this, I mean, first of all, they're beautifully, like this is 1797. So you have 2 men or a man and a donkey. And down here, you can see the mouth opening on this. So what happens is the blade is halfway back there, and the shaving goes up above the blade and comes out this hole on the top. And so you can get staves for making baskets. So it's basically a way to shave off a 1/4 inch thick piece. And part of me really wants to make one of those and play with it just to see how it goes. Those are beautiful. Someone put a lot of time in that. Here, let me go back and look at that Stanley book. Those are expensive. One sold in the auction yesterday for like 120 bucks. I don't know what's he asking on this one. Up here. He's asking 185 on it. For the paperback, that's a bit expensive. I want to say the hardback in the auction yesterday sold for 170, I think it was, something like that. Blacksmith books, cathedrals. Here's the ads you're going to find on the M-WTCA logo. Hand-forged medieval axe.
85%.
This is French style. It's actually the same shape you would find with a beheading axe. This is kind of a cool compass with the bent head. Some plow planes, ice skates. This is actually a tap. So that's how you would make a woodworking tap. And they're progressively steeper, so that the last one to come through would actually be the thread size you want. Wrenches and chisels, squares and wrenches and pliers and wrenches and dividers. Good morning from Texas. Great start to the day. Yeah, thank you. Toolbox. Did I pass a toolbox? I don't remember seeing a toolbox. Sorry. If someone sees something I want me to go back to, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. It's kind of hard to do one-manned. One of these days I'd like to come with an actual videographer and do a walkthrough that way. I think that would be a lot of fun. And being able to focus on the chat. Some big files. Shears and scissors, braces, block planes and bench planes and cabinet scraper. Yankee drivers, drills. I bought a bunch of books this morning. There's some interesting ones. There's actually a woodworking book from the 1920s that had some projects. I'm thinking I might do 1 or 2 of that. Norm here, he's got
Now what member
sewing
here
machines.
would-
There we go. So he collects these little ones that would have been for kids, but they're also great because people would just take them in the field when they need to sew something out, because you could take it with you. What was written on the miter saw? Miter saw. Where is that? I didn't see a miter saw. Oh, back here. Here, I'll come back and take a look at it. Sorry. $80 you make an offer. Top of the line, Stanley number 358. I did a restoration on one of these, and they're kind of fun because they don't give degrees down here. They actually give these numbers, and you're looking at, what is the number on this? And it's 5, 6, 8, 12, 24, 0. And what those are is not the degrees, but how many sides do you want on the box you're cutting. If you want a 5, you put it here. You want a 4, you put it here. So 4 is 45 degrees, and so you could actually just say, I want a 5-sided box, you put it on there, and that's what I did to cut my pentagonal bowl. It's kind of when these were made for back when the highest grade was middle school. So yeah, don't have to learn all your angles, you just know that's what you want for a 5-sided box. Let's see, where are we at? Back over here. Oh, there are lots of parts boxes. Still can't find that bolt for my 77. But if you're ever looking for that part for your Stanley plane, there are boxes like this all over the meet. And they've got all of them you might want.
It's so many friends.
Oh. Oh, my nose is having issues. Oh, here's some cool tools. That's what you use to cut your pentagonal bowl, yeah. the attempt and the other attempt. Oh, here's another one. Here's another number 1. So what's he asking? $790. That's actually not bad. Oh, but it's all painted. That's why. Oh, that means I could strip it down. I could paint it blue. But I still wouldn't be able to get $790 past my wife. That would be a fun one, though. That would be a fun one. Might have to come back and take a look at that. Yeah, here's the early adjustar. Before Rob Cosman. Yes, they did exist. Oh, here's a 608 Bedrock. Beautiful plow plane. That's painted. Beautiful.
Well, I was thinking, Greg Ricketts, with his, Japanning. It's like, this might be a project.
Well, one of these days I'm going to go buy a number 1 and I'm going to paint it blue.
Okay. Are we live on air right
Yep,
now?
we're live.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody.
Your wife says no. Just going to assume yes. Leave him alone. After 95 attempts, he's going to get it right. Hey, it only took me 96 attempts. And then on the very last piece, I remembered, wait a second, I've got a pattern maker's vise. Here's a Stanley aluminum 5A. Of course, since she's woodworking too, you can buy the one. But yeah, I'll buy it for Sarah. I'll tell her that. I bought you a number 1, babe. This shows you how much I love you. Oh, someone wants to give someone money. Here's some old back saws. $65, $60, $90. Cool, where is this? This is the M-WTCA National Convention. We are in Des Moines, Iowa this year. They do 2 national conventions a year. But there are meets all over the U.S. and several others in other places in the world. So if you want to find a meet near you, go to handtoolfinder.com. Handtoolfinder.com. There's a link in the description. And I've got a listing on there of every tool meet, every place I know to buy tools in the entire world. And there are probably 30 or 40 meets around the U.S. and a dozen or so in other countries. And we are always expanding and adding more. So if you want to have one near you, give me a call, send me a message, and we'll see if we can work with you to get one. Oops, sorry, missing a few of these. What's a reasonable price for a Stanley number 8 in good condition? Depends on the condition you want. Like Here is a beautiful Stanley. This is a Stanley number 8 right here, and just absolutely gorgeous shape. Just sharpen the iron and it will last you for 100 years. He's asking $220 on that one. Usually I'd be expecting it around 180 or so in that condition. But you'll find them down to about $60, the one that needs to be restored. It's about the going price for a Stanley number 8 right now. Here's some compass planes. Ooh, King Cutter. A lot of people love those. That's why they're pricey. Sergeant number 2. I don't know why that one's so. There's got to be something special with that Sergeant. Why would it be 600? Usually the Sergeant number 2s are around 150. I don't know. I got to come back and take a look at that one. Lots of good books. Lots of fantastic information. This side, 3 for $12 or 5 for $18. That side, 3 to 4, get $10 off. Lots of good books and information.
You didn't do it.
A number one's a perfect. Yeah, actually, a number one's a bit big. It's a bit small for Sarah even. Seeing any girly luthier planes? Yeah, there are quite a few little tiny things. Here's a glass hammer for you to go with that glass hatchet on the other side. Sweet. I live next to the New York State Fairgrounds. Oh, cool.
So that this will apply, because if you're
From Ireland. How's it going? No, I might be going to the one in Western New York in November. I might. I'm still seeing if I can make that work. I don't know if it will, but it's coming up. So, oop, you okay?
My knees.
How's our Purdy? Ireland, that's the farthest I've seen today. We had a couple. Well, no, it's me. Warren's in Australia. Never mind. Warren's always got everyone beat. Of course, he's about to go to bed there. Look at this old brace. That's kind of cool. That long shaft. And the bits would have been maker made, but they come all the way through and put a pin on the backside. That's kind of a funky little design. I like that. The ingenuity of someone who needs to drill a hole today. What is... Let's see. Anybody knows good tool sales in Iceland? Oh! I don't know of anything in Iceland. I want to do a stop over there sometime. Here's a cool spoke shave, number 65. So it turns into a chamfer plane, but it's got a rounded sole, so you can do chamfers around curves. This one's kind of a weird design. So this is a level that you can then put onto your square, but it's also designed so you can put onto a bit and brace and make sure that you are level with your drill. So kind of a funky design by Justice Trout. There's a fence for your rabbit plane. There's number 2 back there. There's 68. There were a couple 62. There were a couple 62s that sold yesterday for like around 120, 130. I was gonna buy one, but they got snapped up pretty quickly. Here's some carving gouges. 15, 20, 20, 15. Excuse me. Woo-ha. There's a 71 in the box. I don't know what price he has on it, but 240, that's a bit much. Maybe if it had the original tags and packaging. Some machinist squares. Box of goodies. Oh, he's packing up already. Let's see, what does Eli have? I bought a drill press from him yesterday. Some good books. Mallets. That's an interesting facing. Every time Eli comes to a show, there's something I buy from him.
Yes.
Got to keep him in business. Your choice. $3 each, or 4 for $10, or 10 for $20. Buy the box, please, quickly. A bunch of saws. If you buy 3 or more, 50% off the market price. I love Saturday. People are willing to wheel and deal because they're thinking, I don't know if I want to carry this back out. So for those of you who want to know, we're near the corner of the facility, and so it's a decent one. Quite a few people have already packed up, but there's another 55. Oh, wow. My sinuses are going bonkers right now. Don't know what I hit. Nice compass plane. Yeah, a lot of people love these with the gear, with the that on the side and the gears over here. They just look so cool. Usable, not as much, but cool, yes. Top of the white shelf, flower number 65 price. Let me see, white shelf. I'll be coming back to that white shelf in a minute. I'll take a look at it. Did you find the 604? Yes, I found a 604 on Saturday. I think it was $100, and so a really good deal. And it is missing almost all of its Japanning. So do I paint it blue? We'll see. I don't know. That one I might end up Japanning because I want to make basically like the ultimate smoother and put the reed planes on there. Beautiful. I love this undercut on there. That's a nice, deep, clean undercut. That's beautiful. Oh, that's cool. That almost looks like there's water on there. Yeah, bird's eye. That's really cool. I like that. Some big old saws. Some back saws. Go back over and look at that shelf. You were asking for here the 46. 46. Oh yeah, here we are. There's a couple 46s here. So it's got this one. He's asking $195 on that one. This one has the cutters, and he's asking. And all the prices are negotiable, especially on Saturday. Everything is negotiable. He's asking $595. That is very expensive. $165 for that one. There's actually a guy who has a table over on the far side. Let me see if I can walk over there. He has a 46 and a full set of cutters. I don't remember what price he had on it, but I'm looking for a full set of cutters for my 46. Okay, let me come over and find that one. Where was it? Oh no, back a table over there.
Yeah, with her hand.
Let's come on back over here. There it is. So, what was he asking on that one? So, 46 set of cutters. He's asking $195. So, yeah. Do you have more information on tool meets and why? Yes, go to handtoolfinder.com. If you're looking for tool meets, handtoolfinder.com. There's a link down below. And I have an event schedule on there of all the tool meets I know of in the world. So you can see there are, as well as I have a map of places to buy tools. So if there's tool stores as well as tool meets, handtoolfinder.com. One of those rolling pins was, well, I'm saying yes. So yeah, I'm going to be going over here and showing you the displays here. So if anyone has any comments, throw them up there right now, or anything you want me to go take a look for. Otherwise, we're wrapping up here in a minute, but I want to show you some of these displays. They're really, really cool. So this is Chapman planes, and he's actually going. Oh, he pulled out a bunch of them. So it's actually a type study on the Chapman planes and how they changed over time. And I love looking at these type studies, so you can see how did they actually change, and you can go through and learn what have they done over the years. This is cool. This is a spin driver, and so he was doing a study on this, and he's got this huge collection of spin driver and some of the tools used to make it. But basically, this is the first one. You have this weight on here, and the top swivels. So on all of these, the top swivels, and you could spin it to drive your screws in. Kind of a nifty design. And then they made them with drivers as well as sockets. And he has all these parts, but he even has the printing plates.
I got a wattage rod for measuring liquids in a container, and was left on one of the tables.
Someone left a tool.
Wondering,
Whose is it?
somebody
Is it
here
yours?
recognizes it, and it belongs to
Pretty
them.
sure one of those rolling pins. Oh, right it does.
Wayne,
So this is the first Delta tool made by a couple guys in the garage, and so it's a scroll saw. I actually have one of these, and they're really cool. They are surprisingly efficient and fun, and they work really well. Oh, here's a fun one. This is the handyman tools, and so actually doing a type study on handymans. And so you can see with each box, you can see how they change over time, what's been added to them, what's been subtracted, how the logo has changed, and actually going through the whole study on there. Here is a tenon cutter or a hollow auger, but look at the size of this thing. Came out of the late Industrial Revolution, and they didn't make big tenons. We have the ultimatum braces, as well as some of the bits. These things are incredibly beautiful, and it's fun to see how those also changed over time, and more things were added. This is one where they got sequentially more and more beautiful. Most of the time, they get more and more basic to save some money, and these ones are just, oh, gorgeous. Let's see, I showed that one. Whoop. Turning, come on, turn. Oh yeah, the new discoveries on patented transitional and metallic American planes. Volume number 3 is going to be coming out. So kind of a really cool book. I showed this one earlier, but this is a Civil War era plane. But this one actually has this military man on there. It's in German. Really kind of beautiful. Hey, look, who's that guy back there? But the mirror on here so you can actually look at all of the military figures on the back there. This whole thing is just carved really beautifully. Leonard Bailey planes. So the Leonard Bailey of the Bailey pattern. All the way down here to the number 1. Here, I'll come back around because everyone wants to see the number 1. Come on, turn. There we go, back. Look there, we found it. There it is. So the number 1 on here. Let's see, we have hammers of Bill Bracey. And some really fascinating hammers in here. You'll see some of these with the double claw. Some with actual measurements on there for, you know, how far in is 3 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches. Numbering mallets and odd claws, little hammers, hammer wrenches, and so on. Here are levels of the Civil War era. It's kind of interesting to see some of the things that were actually used in the 1860s. But then coming back here in America, we used these spirit levels. They came out just before the Civil War. But in most of the world, the levels looked like these. They were plumb bob levels. And so in Europe and in England, after the Civil War, they were still using these, which is kind of fascinating. There are some of the plumb bobs that would have been on those. And, oh my word. Why won't my nose work for me? So yeah, that is the tool meet. And I love coming to these. So they hold 2 of these national meets, national conventions every year. One in usually June, one in September, October. And the next one will be outside of Madison, Wisconsin in June. Then the one after that will be in September. That will be in Springfield, Missouri. That one will be one I'll hosting. And then the next one will be in Pennsylvania in June of 2025. It looks like we will be in Tennessee or Kentucky in in fall of 2025. We're looking at a few other places and want to get one down in Alabama at some point. Love to get one out towards Texas. But yeah, they're coming up. If you want to find one near you, go to handtoolfinder.com. And there are local meets all over the place. You don't have to come to the big nationals. But I think that will about do it unless there's any last comments. Make sure I don't miss anything on here. Oop. Hey, look, there's my face. Yeah, so lots of fun. We did the auction last night, so if you want to see that, I did a live on that as well. Thanks for the live stream. Yeah, cookies and mineral. I took my. I think it's because I forgot to take my Claritin last night. I usually take it at night before I go to bed, and I forgot to take it until this morning, so it hasn't quite kicked in yet. Bring the meat to California. I would love to bring it out to California. It's a bit far right now. There isn't enough people out there to really run a national. But there is a whole collecting group out there called PAST. And they hold several meets in California. And I want to get out there to one of their local meets and show that off because they have a couple good ones. But one time, someday, we might get big enough to push it out there. But if you go up to Washington and Oregon, they have a group up there, the Pacific Northwest Tool Collectors, and they have a meet every 2 years called the Best in the West, and it is just about as big as one of these, so it's pretty much a national event. Where in California? They have a couple different locations, but I think they're mostly in Southern California. They used to have one up in the Bay Area. But I don't think that one's running right now, though it might start back up. Thanks for your work. Cool. I think that'll do it. So thank you everyone for joining. Until next time, have a wonderful day.